mind is full of impurities, lack of awareness, anxiety, reaction, past impressions. That is why it is not happening. So now you see, there is a buzzword, pay attention, that is mindfulness. Where to pay attention? Mind says I'm into anxiety. Should I pay attention onto anxiety? So I have to be very clear. You have hit upon the right thing. But that paying attention in a class, yes, paying attention. So I am aware, mind, where are you? That is the first step. Yeah? I recognize, mind. Are you somewhere else? No. You have to be in the class. You have recognize. You see that recognition, and then you witness. Witness, mind. Are you okay? Yes, I'm paying attention to the class and to the teacher, to the subject. So I feel the space there. Why I feel the space? I have separated all the craziness of the mind from the knower. That is where the paying attention comes. So obviously in a class you need not to say Om Shanti. Instead of Om Shanti, the information from the teacher is placed in your intellect and the mind easily. That is what the paying attention is. Did you get some? Yeah. Even intellectually we understand, but experientially, oh my goodness. So why we do not experience that state? It is because I gave you ignorance, delusion, impurities of the mind. That is why there is a distraction. If I am attached to particular thought, then only I am distracted. But if I am not attached, how? I am aware. Mind, this is not the time to be attached. Why? You are listening to the teacher, you are sitting in a class. But unless I know it intellectually, I cannot get rid of this mind. Mind will say, okay, if we are not attached to this girl, so you get attached to someone else. The mind follows its default setting of perception and projection. So, what is the meaning? Paying attention. I know I can speak on this subject at least for 100 hours, but gradually we will pick up each step so that we can reach to that point of awareness, or we reach to a point paying attention. Paying attention. Take an example. I gave you an example of this young guy, millennials. Oh, she is cute and beautiful. I invited her for a lunch. So where you are paying attention? Two parts. Paying attention to a girl, and you are paying attention to the attachment to that girl. No, how can you say I'm attached? I simply say she is cute and beautiful. Do you remember I asked him a question that how many cute and beautiful girls are present in the entire world of 9 billion people? Oh, there are millions. Why you are attracted only to this one? What is this? This is attachment. What I'm talking. It may seem foreign to you, but I need to talk so that at least you can contemplate and reflect on this. But why you are talking? Oh, you lost your attention. You already lost your attention. Where? Oh, in that cute and beautiful girl. Are you see that? You see how our masters understand. Oh yes. So this poor, I won't say poor guy, he's a rich guy. He builds home that cost more than $10 million. So I cannot say but poor in his mind. So the first incident is done. I recognize intellectually, and then I find another girl who is also cute and beautiful. I also invited her for a lunch, and after that she did not send me the message. So he said, at least she should have sent me the message. Okay. So I wanted to break the delusion. I'm saying why even after understanding intellectually we miss. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. So I said, okay. Okay, my friend, what? So you're waiting for a message. That is why I could not sleep for 2 days. My sleep is disturbed. So that attachment now has created a delusion. Do you remember what I said to him? I said, okay, you send me the message you expect to receive from that girl. I will send you the message. You should be more concerned about the message. So once you receive the message, you should be happy. This is not happens. You see the attachment and the delusion. So that is why I created these 5 steps for you only. Yes, now I can use for others, but first time it is only for you. So then in the next week, he said, what you said to me that makes a sense. Why my mind is hooked, deeply attached and obsessed to receive a message, what will happen even if I receive the same message? I said, you have broken the attachment, you are recognizing the delusion. Second step, you are recognizing the delusion. But all the 5 steps happens in a fraction of a second. You see the girl, then you see cute and beautiful, then you see the attachment. Then attachment means attachment, you are attracted to her, you invite her. Everything takes place in the mind instantly in a fraction of a second. At the external level, it takes time. Before you had invited her for a lunch, mind has already created a delusion of having a lunch together. Did you understand what I'm saying? Oh, so I missed the third part, the witnessing part I missed. I'm not able to separate the girl, cute and beautiful, from myself. The moment I separate, this is the third point, witnessing. So the moment I have separated, all the thoughts that leads to distraction is gone. I'm returning to paying attention. So after the witness, I have a space. In that space, mind says to the teacher mentally, okay, put everything here. So you are totally focused. Either you say Om Shanti in a practice, or you say, oh, let the information I will need to receive as it is. That is the meaning of paying attention to anything and everything. Anything and everything. So in the last week, he was saying to me, last week? Yes, not last week, yesterday. He attends my session yesterday. What he was saying. I asked him that, how many times you were into anxiety, duality, and a conflict. He said, none. This week was passed totally calm. I said, are you searching for the 4th cute and beautiful girl? He said, no. Not at all. I'm not searching anywhere. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. Paying attention. All the 5 steps are done. All the 5 steps are done. Because you recognize the attachment, you recognize the obsession, you recognize the witnessing point, you recognize the space, and mind is full of calmness. You recognize the calmness is because of minus attachment and obsession. Why? Because I'm aware. Why? Because I'm paying attention. Previously, I was paying attention to likes and dislikes, to attachment, to a delusion, so I was disturbed, and that is why I was asking her, at least she should have sent me the text message. So your attention was hijacked by attachment in the form of a thought or a feeling or emotion. Otherwise, attention is always there. Where attention is always there. I'm looking at the computer screen and I'm looking at you. My mind may be distracted. No, I should buy another monitor to have a clear picture. This is a distraction. Now I'm giving a lesson. Mind, return again. No way. That is the meaning. You are returning your attention to what you are doing. You are returning your attention to what you have to listen to it. And when that happens, you are free from that attachment and obsession and projection. And that is what he told me. No, I'm okay. I'm calm and relaxed. I don't want any other. I said, you visited some place, you told me, and did you find anyone there? No. I found many, but I was not attracted. I did not have any strong likes and dislikes. I was fully aware. Fully aware, first step. You see, how we use the language, but we don't check it. What do you mean by aware? I'm aware. And I recognize that there is no need to have any projection in the world. No need to projection. Where, when? Not in the classroom, but also in the mall. Lot of people, lot of stores, lot of objects and items. Mind me. So, awareness, recognition, awareness, recognition, awareness, recognition. See, third point is the witnessing. It happens, your attention is clear. You are paying attention, and then you are paying attention to, you come to the knowledge and awareness of witnessing. Oh, witnessing. Thoughts are coming and going, in the mall. One store passes by, second store passes, I see the jean. I even remember the jean that I'm wearing is the same present in the mall, but it's okay. My mind reminds me that I was attracted. I like that jean and I bought it. It's okay. It is a passing thought. That is what the witnessing is. Passing. Everything is passing in your mind. They are coming and they are going, but they are not disturbing you. Why? Because your attention is somewhere else. When your attention is somewhere else, you move to the fourth step of what? We say the space. What the role of the space? The role of the space is that I see here is an attachment and here I am. They are not connected. Attachment loses its power. Obsession. Here is an obsession I recognize, and here I am. Obsession loses the power. When they mess up together, then you don't see the space. Imagine that you are married and you are hugging your honey. How deeply you hug and still you both are separate. But we imagine we are one, my soulmate, my honey. How tightly you hug and still you are separate. You don't recognize separation, you are in delusion and obsession. You recognize the separation, the fourth space, there is a space. How do you recognize the separation if there is no space? Separation. How I know that I am separate from you? There you are, here I am, in between there is a space. So here is a thought of attachment, here I am. Here is a thought of delusion, here I am. Here is a feeling of attachment, here I am. That means attention, you are paying attention. So you are paying attention, you are free. You have no problem. You have no issue. You are in this. So then what happens? In the fifth step, instead of saying Om Shanti, even if you don't say Om Shanti, and you stay there into that state for a while, it leads you to the higher state, and ultimately it leads to the freedom and awakening. It leads to the freedom. It appears very simple. It looks very simple. It looks very simple, but I tried it and I failed. Master says impurities, projection, ignorance, delusion in the mind prevents you to recognize and realize that state. Let us see how it comes into the practical. Close your eyes. Eyes are closed, and the first step is just an awareness. And can I say it is self-awareness? Yes, I can say. So just I'm aware. Check that the mind is not in a hurry to do anything at all. Awareness or self-awareness, I'm adding another word, is the foundational step of turning your attention inward. Oh, you are using attention. Yes, I'm using attention, paying attention. Without awareness, you cannot pay attention. So you are listening. The thought contains the knowledge. Knowledge returns to the awareness. Awareness leads to the understanding. That is the higher description. And a simple description. You are aware. Yes, you are aware of the feeling in the body. You are aware of the thought. You are aware of some thoughts are passing by. It's okay. Let it come and go. But question comes, why? You have to listen to this again and again. I explained you in the first step, self-awareness or awareness, what? Now I'm explaining why. Why? This step of awareness breaks the powerful habit of living on autopilot. Oh, so it makes you aware of default mind to discernment mind. Okay, that is why you are saying it. By consciously observing your inner state, where inner state means thought, feeling, emotions, past memories, etc. So you create a crucial bit of distance between your true self and the mental traffic. But simply to understand, default mind is impulsive, instinctive, it has lot of attachment. How to do it? That is a moot question. Just you are paying attention to inside. Inside means you are paying attention not to any object in the world. You are just paying attention. So that is what we say. Gently, gently you are just aware. Casually you are listening to the teacher. The word passes to your, strikes to your ears, and you understand. There is another way to do it. Ask yourself, what's happening within me right now? That is another way. What's happening within me right now? Now I have a couple of thoughts coming and going. Very good. Feeling is there, yes. Another way to understand it, do not label anything as good and bad. Just be neutral. That is awareness. That is awareness. Do you want to go deeper? Yes, let us go a little deeper. Reflection. What is one emotion you have been feeling recently? Can you simply notice it right now without trying to change it? And where do you feel it? In your body, in your mind, in the space? I'm added, a couple of higher steps. So that is what the awareness is. So I'm just aware. In the second step, what is the second step? Is the recognition. What is the recognition? We both meet and we recognize each other. Oh, it is that simple? Yes, at the physical level, and it is as complex and difficult at the mental level. So, recognition is the active process of labeling what you have become aware of and then explicitly declaring that you are separate from it. You identify the thought or feeling and then you disidentify from it. What it means? Oh, yes, I'm into anxiety. Oh, this is a thought. Very good, this is a thought. First, I'm in anxiety. Now I disidentify. This is only a thought of anxiety. That is the so-called the practice. Why? Why? This is the crucial act of detachment. But why? Oh, we are already separate. We are already detached. I just gave you an example that I say that I thought of it and attachment is here and I am here. There is a distance between it. So recognition helps you. This is a crucial act of detachment by creating a clear mental boundary. This is a thought, but it is not me. You recognize good, bad, high, low, all your experiences by thought. So first there is a thought, then you declare mentally, non-verbally, recognize that this is not me, this is only a thought. So when you recognize this is only a thought, this is not me, you are already separating. You prevent the thought or a feeling from defining your entire state. Oh, I have anxiety. This is a thought of anxiety you have already separated. This weakens its power. Power of attachment, power of delusion, power of ignorance. But how to do it? Does the mind is asking that question? Yes, you have already done it. How I have done it? You have labeled it. I am not in anxiety, this is a thought of anxiety. Once you are aware of a thought or a feeling, give it a name. This is anxiety, this is a thought of the self-doubt. That is prevented by lot of past impressions, attachment, duality, laziness, sleepiness, tiredness, reaction, anger. All are categorized as the impurities of the mind. So you declare the separation. Declare the separation. A thought of anxiety has come, but I'm not anxiety. The feeling of irritation is there, but I'm not irritation. Let us go a little deeper, the part of reflection. So you pick a common thought or a feeling you experience when you are sitting in a classroom. Mind, where are you? Are you separate from the rest of the thoughts? Oh yes, I'm separate, I'm not it. You can easily move into the witnessing, the W, step number 3. Step number 3 is the witnessing. What is witnessing? You are standing across a road and witnessing the flow of the traffic on the highway. Are you a part of it? No. Are you separate from it? Yes, I witness. So now, instead of watching the traffic, I'm witnessing the traffic of the thoughts. The moment you witness, you already experience the separation. Your paying attention deepens. So witnessing means observing the flow of your inner world from a detached perspective without interfering. You watch thoughts and feelings enter your awareness. I'm repeating again. You watch your thoughts and feelings enter your awareness. How I used to explain that millions of birds are flying in the sky, moving from one side to the other. In the sky, that sky is awareness, and the thoughts and feeling are the birds. Does anything happen to the sky? No. Can anything happen to my awareness? No. Oh, so my attention is intact. Yes. Oh my goodness. What a beauty. Why? Why this step? So this step cultivates profound acceptance and ends the inner battle caused by the delusion. Most of our suffering comes not from the thought and feelings, but from our resistance to them, or attachment to them, or aversion to them. I like this car. Oh, that car has already left the highway. How can I see it? I'm into anxiety. I want that car. But come on, that is only a thought. It has come and gone. No attachment. I hate this car. That car also is gone. The flow of the traffic. Why to worry? But it doesn't happen so easily. That's what we are learning. Gradually we will reach to that step. Once we purify the mind lives into the higher level of awareness, it is possible. So by witnessing, you allow the mind's natural activity to occur without getting entangled. How? I just told you. So you recognize there is a sky, there is the birds. There are birds. Birds are flying, moving. Sky is flying and moving? No. Oh. What it means? What Eastern wisdom says? Eastern wisdom says, take a mental step back. Take your mind a step back. You are standing across the road watching the traffic. That is stepping back. Oh. The next time a thought pops up in your head, try to simply watch it from a distance. that you have created in the second step of recognition, as if it were a screen in a movie. Or I gave an example, the birds flying in the sky or standing across a road. So then what happens? You now recognize. You don't create. The fourth step. You recognize there is always a space. I gave you a very crazy example that you and your soulmate are sticking together, hugging. Mind creates a projection. Two bodies, one soul. It is fake, it is delusion. So I like this jean, for example, I like this pant. So that pant and me are sticking together in the mind. But no, it cannot be because I feel the space. So this is a recognition of the vast, silent, unchanging space of consciousness within you. Can I say it is the background awareness in which all your thoughts and feeling appear and you are free? You see the space. Don't you see the space? You are different from, you are standing across the highway, so you feel there is a distance. Don't you see there is a space with the sky and the birds flying? Yes. Same way the thoughts. But why? Why? So why? I don't know. I'm saying. I'm just answering in the practice of what, why, how, and reflection. Why? Again, yes. So that your mind is able to not only understand, but you can recognize it. This step, why, creates a monumental shift in your sense of the self. In the beginning, I am anxiety. Now, my sense of the self is very clear. This is only a thought of anxiety. I am not. You stop identifying as a fleeting thought, means, and begin to realize you are the vast, open sky. That realization brings an incredible sense of security, stability, and peace. There is no attachment in aversion. So, do you mean that we are seeking stability, security, peace, and happiness in attachment or aversion? Answer is yes. That is the problem. That is why our attention is distracted. Oh, how? You know that how question in the knowledge is very tricky, and still I answer you. Move your attention from the object in your mind to the background in which they appear. What does it mean? So you are watching the traffic on the road. Yes, I watch on the traffic on the road. Shift your attention from the vehicles to the highway. Metaphorically, highway doesn't change. You see the same highway at midnight. Highway is the same, but my perception is different. In the morning traffic, that highway is full of traffic. In attachment and delusion, my mind is full of traffic, whether you like it or dislike it. Highway was the same in the morning, in the noon, in the evening, in the midnight. Highway is the same. So that is what we say, move your attention from the object in your mind to the background in which they appear. So the moment you are aware of that highway, you still see the highway is always, it is quiet, it has the space. Don't see the articles present in your room, but just become aware of the space in the room and that space is just, it is quiet, it is still, it is open, unchanging. Can I bring that is perfect state. Allow your attention to rest in the feeling of pure, peaceful spaciousness that we have already reached to paying attention. Fifth step. Fifth step, I explained to you is the superimposed peace, but here you can follow any situation. Mom is saying something, so I bring the mom into the fifth step. Okay, let me pay attention in the class, to the teacher, to the traffic. Walking attention. I become aware that which step I take forward first, and then the second step, right or the left. How I am looking at a person. Am I looking at a person? Say, for example, the same example of a cute and a beautiful girl. My mind projected cute and beautiful girl. So is the mind looking from the projection of sensuality, from the projection of acknowledging the beauty coming from the consciousness, or attached or detached? So that defines your paying attention to, are you listening to me? Let us go a little deeper into that area also. So what is this when I say superimpose peace? What is required you bring into your attention easily. It will naturally come. You are in a class. Obviously, your 100% attention should be to feed the mind with the information passed on to by the teacher. So you follow the first four, and the fifth mind is filled with that space. So this is basically proactive and final step of consciously placing a feeling or affirmation there. That is what is the meaning of paying attention. You gently overlay the mental activity with a reminder of your true nature. Why? This step actively reconditions your mind to return to its natural state of peace. Paying attention is always in peace. Paying attention is always in joy. So when you have a joy and the peace, attention is always there and you can receive the information as it is, which is normally disrupted by, I gave an example, the past impressions, ignorance, duality, conflict, all those impressions. So instead of being a passive recipient, whatever your mind produces, you become an active cultivator of tranquility. Oh, in that tranquility, in that calm water, this information is triggering the waves, and that waves is received with full attention, and I am able to receive and understand what the teacher is saying. So when you are not sitting in a class, choose the mantra. When you're talking to your mom, so all your attention is on your mom. Introduce, so I introduce that Om Shanti, just for the sake of understanding. But we need not to say when you are sitting in a class, we need not to say it. What we are doing, nothing. Why? It is a knowledge practice. You listen to it, you extract the knowledge from the thought, and then you are aware. Oh my goodness. So the first step is awareness? Yes. What that means of self-awareness? What's happening? What's happening? I just translate into the language in the words and phrases for me so that you can recognize. No, I'm just noticing what's happening. I'm speaking. There is a speaker in me who is speaking to you. I witness, I see you in a session. At the same time, I'm aware of the computer, the monitor, and my mind says, yes, it is because of the internet connection we are having a session. I'm aware of the light. Casually, where is the issue? No issue at all. It is simple act of turning your attention without judgment. Why? You're not carried away by the autopilot. You know what's happening. You are in total control. You receive an email from your teacher, and that causes a sense of worry. So you simply notice and say to yourself, okay, a feeling of worry is present. I also notice, yeah, my shoulders are tense, my heart is beating a little faster. That's okay. Second is the recognition. You are aware of the feeling. Their step involves actively labeling it and separating yourself from it. Label it. I told you many times, perhaps it's very clear. This is it. You have a feeling of worry. This is a feeling of worry. I am not worried. This is the feeling of pleasure. I am not pleasure. This is a feeling of craziness. I am not crazy. So I'm giving you a few minutes to just label it. That is what the recognition phase is. That is what. So we are not only learning, we are also in the practice, so called. Knowledge is not a practice, but still we are doing a practice. So you are aware. Yes, I'm aware. Why I became aware? Just to watch and see what's happening in the mind. Okay, so whatever happening in the mind, mind says I'm into anxiety. Second step comes into play. Instantly. This is a feeling of anxiety, but I'm not anxiety. In the beginning, you have to say it verbally, mentally, and gradually it will transform non-verbal awareness. Thank you, existence. This is just a thought of anxiety, but I am not this anxiety. It will be non-verbal awareness. Do I have to think your name, your image before I recognize you? No. Same thing will happen after regular practice. Same thing will happen. So, as you see, this is just sitting with recognition. You are with your friends, recognition. You are in a classroom, recognition. You are with your mom, recognition. You are sitting alone, recognition. Recognition is your shield. It creates a boundary, prevents the emotion from defining who you are. Oh, and suddenly you remember, this is what you are saying. This is the thought of anxiety. I'm not anxiety. I redefined it. I created a boundary. So when I created a boundary, now I am still watching the other thoughts that are stepping into my mind. That is the third step of witnessing. So now I have developed a witnessing attitude about observing the thought and emotion from a detached perspective. So the first two steps are merged: awareness, recognition, into the witnessing, the third step. Now I even need not to say and label and think of it, it is already there. But that comes by regular practice during the day, the time you wake up until you sleep. It is about accepting that the thought is here, trusting that it will pass naturally. I am not into anxiety. This is the thought of anxiety. I am not anxiety, and you are watching, and it has gone. Third step is done. So paying attention continues. Paying attention continues. So what happens when you pay attention continues, you start recognizing the space or the distance. Can you think intellectually what does it mean by paying attention? I'm paying attention to what I want on a particular object or a person, while rest of the thoughts are excluded, intellectual interpretation. But in the first three steps, with awareness, recognition, and witnessing, you have already entered into the space which is already present. The highway is not present. Oh, there's a lot of traffic. The highway, nothing happens to the highway. Lot of birds in the sky, nothing happens to the sky. I filled with lot of items in my room. Nothing happens to the space in my room. My perception has changed. How? By the first three steps: awareness, recognition, and witnessing. Space is still existent. Space is still there. Highways are still the same. Sky is still the same. We are recognizing in the fourth step that space. We did not create. That is why we say this is a knowledge practice. This is not a practice. In practice, we move from one state to the other. We are already into that state. I believe you're getting into it. So you shift your attention from the thought or a feeling itself to the vast open awareness in which it appears. What did I say? Practical example. You are aware of not only the traffic on the highway, but now you are also aware now of the highway, recognizing that it does not change. You are recognizing the sky with the birds. You are recognizing the space does not alter in your room. Lot of things to be learned. We are going to learn. That's why we picked up the Tattva Bodha. So you see what principle I'm explaining you. You shift your attention from the thought or a feeling itself, from the traffic moving on the highway, to an open awareness of the highway. A highway does not change, the sky does not change, my dear friend. You recognize that you are not the cloud, you recognize that you are not the thought, you are not the feeling, you are not the traffic, you are not the birds. Oh, there's something deeper than that. Can I see? Yes, I see. That is the space. My goodness, that is the space? So the space is always there? Yes. Consciousness is always there. Existence is always there. That is what our masters say, that real self is always there. We need to discover it. Our intellect, if it says, I can understand a highway exists, but it goes unnoticed. Why? Because I'm already attached to so many things of the objective world. I forget the sky. I get obsessed with the birds, where it is flying right, left, right, up, down. Oh my goodness. What is this? This is ignorance. And then I get a recognition. Highway continues to exist. Whether the highway is full of traffic jam, empty, in the midnight, anytime, is it not? So I'm comparing that highway to that space. So you have a recognition of that space. When you have a recognition, just drop Om Shanti. Om Shanti means I'm the peace. So that becomes so-called the practice. Why it becomes a... Why you drop Om Shanti? When the mind, autopilot, drops a thought of anxiety, you are into anxiety. So I should drop a thought of Om Shanti, I am the peace. So my mind moves to the peace within me, not outside. No, that is why. So, and that has to be dropped with awareness and attention. You are paying attention to the space with Om Shanti. I'm translating this. You are paying attention to the teacher who drops the knowledge into that space. Intellectually, it makes a sense, but obviously, you have to be committed, totally commitment during the day, before you sleep, after you wake up. If you remember all the 5 steps, sometime you will be frustrated that nothing is happening, leave it. Why you leave it? The false I has taken over you. It prevents you. So after a few minutes, do it again. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. So you see the space, you have a recognition, Om Shanti, finished. Space, Om Shanti, 4th step, Om Shanti, the 5th step. So I just gave you Om Shanti for the sake of understanding and experiencing and transforming your mind. So Om Shanti is absent when you are sitting in a class, attending the lecture, or you're lying down on the bed, Om Shanti. You're talking to your mom, Om Shanti is replaced by what the mom is saying. Or your friend, you pay full attention. So when you are saying Om Shanti, your mind gets absorbed into the inner vast space of calmness and the joy. If not, any of the previous steps is missing. So you simply say which step is missing. A recognition step, witnessing step. Oh, recognition step. Why? Because that is why there is no space, and that is why the mind said Om Shanti and my mind is distracted. The first 3 steps, either all or one of the 3 are missing. Oh my goodness, it is so easy. Yes. When the teacher guides, it's extremely easy. Teacher personalizes based on your temperament, individuality, and the present state. So now what happens in the fifth? So you are resting in awareness of that inner space. Resting in? Yes. Continuously? Yes. But if a stray thought or worry tries to re-emerge, you can meet with a deliberate act of the fourth step of the space, witnessing recognition. Or Om Shanti when you are alone. These 8 steps build on one another, creating a path from being identified with your inner turmoil to resting in a state of unwavering inner calm. Well, I can say it, or I need not to say, but let me say it so that your mind gathers, keeps that information. You can also say it mentally, as if you are doing the fifth step. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your Buddha palms, place it in your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down. How are you, sir?